Beloved ones, what I'm about to share with you can completely transform the way you see the world and spirituality itself. For centuries, a truth has been hidden under layers of dogma and manipulation, keeping people away from a deep and liberating knowledge. What you know about spirituality might be incomplete, and that is no coincidence. Since ancient times, the true secrets of creation and existence have been concealed, distorted, and even erased from history. But why was this knowledge kept secret? The answer is simple. True power resides within you. Hermeticism, far from being just another esoteric philosophy, is a profound and coded system of universal laws that govern everything that exists. This knowledge is the foundation of many spiritual and scientific traditions, from alchemy to modern quantum physics. And yet, the great irony is that most people have never even heard of it, and those who have often only scratch the surface. Now, you might ask yourself, if this knowledge is so powerful, why was it systematically hidden and distorted? The answer lies in the fact that those who hold power understood that this knowledge could free individuals from any system of control. It teaches that you are not a mere spectator of reality, but the creator of your own life experience. Once you truly understand this, no one else can control you. Imagine for a moment, beings of light, that you hold in your hands the power to shape your reality. How would that change the way you live and think about the world? This knowledge was a direct threat to the control of major institutions throughout history. Since the Middle Ages, anyone who studied Hermeticism or its branches was quickly labeled a heretic and persecuted. Books were burned. Secret societies emerged to preserve this wisdom, and even the Catholic Church locked away Hermetic texts in vaults far from public reach. But despite all efforts to suppress it, this knowledge never completely disappeared. Today, we are standing on the edge of a spiritual and intellectual revolution, where Hermeticism is beginning to resurface. And once again, those who are ready to access this wisdom will have the chance to transform their lives and reclaim the true power that has always been within them. What will you do with it? Will you remain in ignorance, or will you take the next step toward transformation? Let's continue this journey to uncover more about the Hermetic legacy and how it can shift your perception of reality. As we move forward on this journey, it's essential that we understand the origin and power of this hidden knowledge. One of its greatest guardians was Hermes Trismegistus, an enigmatic figure whose existence blends with legends and myths. His name, Hermes Trismegistus, means Hermes the Thrice Great, and he was not just a man, but a fusion of the oldest wisdoms known to humanity. His roots are deeply connected to ancient Egyptian civilization, where he was identified with Thoth, the god of writing, wisdom, and magic. The importance of Hermes Trismegistus and his teachings cannot be overstated, for he held the key to understanding creation, consciousness, and transmutation. He was the one who taught Egyptian priests to grasp the mysteries of the universe and the laws that govern reality. But as the knowledge of Hermes spread, it was gradually absorbed by various cultures and traditions. Hellenism, for instance, blended Egyptian wisdom with Greek philosophy, forming the figure of Hermes Trismegistus as the great master of Hermetic wisdom. This knowledge was not merely philosophical, it was practiced in real, applicable ways in daily life. Texts like the Corpus Hermeticum and the Emerald Tablet contain the foundational principles of existence, which were passed down over centuries, carefully guarded and reserved only for those deemed worthy of understanding them. In ancient Egypt, these teachings were transmitted inside temples to initiates who went through mental and spiritual purification rites and tests. However, as time passed and empires rose, Hermetic knowledge was increasingly hidden, fragmented, and in many cases, distorted. Much of Hermes Trismegistus's teachings, once accessible to initiates, became inaccessible to most people. The Catholic Church and other power structures began to see these teachings as a threat, because Hermetic principles affirm that human beings do not need intermediaries to reach the divine. This, of course, challenged the authority of those institutions, which relied on the belief that truth could only be accessed through them. It was precisely for this reason that Hermetic knowledge was marginalized, and many of its practices and texts were destroyed. And yet, it never fully disappeared. In fact, alchemists, Kabbalists, and other esoteric traditions preserved and applied these principles, keeping the wisdom alive in hidden circles. Some of history's greatest minds, like Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Newton, were deeply influenced by Hermetic teachings, although their studies were kept secret. Today, the modern world tries to discredit these laws, but still, they are at work all around us. They govern not only the physical universe, but also our inner experiences. So, how can we use this knowledge to transform our lives? How can we begin to apply these laws that shape reality? As we continue this journey, we will come to understand that the power to shape reality lies not outside of us, but within. And now, more than ever, this knowledge is within reach. Now that we understand the deep impact Hermeticism has had throughout history, it's time to explore the 7 Hermetic principles that allow us to access universal laws and shape our reality. These principles are the key to understanding how everything around us works, and how we can use Hermes's wisdom to transform our lives. They are not just theories, they are immutable laws that govern existence. And understanding them is the first step toward true freedom and power. The first principle is mentalism, which states that the all is mind. This means that reality is not something outside of you, it is created by your consciousness. What you think, feel, and believe manifests in your life. This gives us the power to create our own reality, because we can shape it according to our thoughts and intentions. But to do that, our thoughts must be aligned with our emotions and actions. It's not enough to simply want something. You must live as if it's already real. The second principle, correspondence, teaches us that as above, so below, as within, so without. This principle reveals the connection between all levels of reality. What happens within you is reflected in what happens around you. The way you feel inside shapes external events. This means that to change the reality around you, you must first change your internal vibration. By understanding this correspondence, you begin to realize that everything happening in your life is a reflection of your inner state. The third principle, vibration, says that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Every emotion, every thought, every situation you encounter has a frequency. Fear vibrates low, while love and gratitude vibrate high. By raising our vibration, we can attract experiences that are aligned with that frequency. The true magic of manifestation lies in changing our internal vibration, because the universe responds to it. The fourth principle, polarity, reveals that everything has its opposite. But more importantly, opposites are just different degrees of the same phenomenon. This means you have the power to transform any inner state. Pain can become wisdom. Fear can become courage. Everything you go through is an opportunity to transmute energy into something higher. When you understand and apply this principle, life becomes a field of possibilities for your evolution. The fifth principle, rhythm, reminds us that everything flows in and out. Life moves in cycles, like the tides, with moments of expansion and contraction. The key to living in harmony is to understand these rhythms and flow with them. Don't resist periods of withdrawal. They are times for introspection and preparation for the next cycle of growth. Those who apply this principle understand that life is a dance of highs and lows, and true peace is found in the wisdom of these cycles. The sixth principle, cause and effect, shatters the idea of chance. Nothing happens by luck. Every action, every thought, every emotion generates an effect. This means we are responsible for the causes we create in our lives. If something in your life isn't working, it's because there are causes you have not yet perceived. By becoming aware of those causes, you can transform your destiny, creating a new reality for yourself. The seventh and final principle, gender, teaches that gender is in everything. This principle does not refer to biological male and female, but rather to the two cosmic energies present in all things. The masculine principle is active, rational, and planning. The feminine is intuitive, creative, and receptive. The secret to manifesting your desired reality lies in the balance between these two energies. When you learn to harmonize these forces within yourself, you become able to act with greater clarity and power. These 7 principles are the key to awakening the true power that resides within you. They are not abstract theories or distant philosophies. They are practical, applicable laws that, when understood and lived, can profoundly transform your reality. By applying these principles in your life, you begin to shape your own existence, breaking through the limiting patterns that society has imposed and reconnecting with the true source of universal power. Now that you know the Hermetic principles and how to apply them, true transformation is in your hands. The power to change your reality does not lie outside of you. It lies within. And as you align your thoughts, emotions, actions, and intentions with these laws, you begin to see the magic of manifestation unfold in your life. The secret is not only in understanding these principles, but in living by them, with awareness and courage. Beloved ones, now that you hold the key to transformation, the choice is yours. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you keep living on autopilot, putting yourself off for later? Or will you start applying these laws and creating the reality of your dreams? Leave a comment sharing what you felt while learning about Hermeticism and its principles. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to keep receiving more transformational content. I invite you to take the first step and change your life right now. The truth is within your reach.